I like it, guys. I like where we're headed here. He does not like where we're headed. He was not enjoying the ride. All right, well, we got the victory. Let's go. Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, guys, we have a Yorion Bant style control deck for you. It has a little bit of everything for everybody. It's a really fun deck to play. Before we jump into the cards though and what we have in this deck and what we're running, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We post weekly videos just like this. We also are trying to up the amount of videos we bring you guys, but you will be getting one video a week on a deck tech breakdown and some gameplay. And after we break down the deck, we will be going into some gameplay. We got 4 games for you. Some fun ones for you. We couldn't seem to escape aggro decks, unfortunately, so it is a lot of aggro matchups, which is really strange to me, how much mono red and white we were running into, but it's still fun nonetheless. And then after that, we'll go ahead and break it down and maybe talk about what we changed in the deck, and hopefully hear from you guys in the comments about what you would change in the deck. But first up, guys, obviously we have Yorion is our companion. He is the companion, so the deck is called Yorion Bant Control. Can't have a deck without him. Up next we have Omen of the Sea. We're running 4 of these guys. This deck is a Yorion deck, so it does have 80 cards in it, so we're going to need some search to find those cards on curve, the cards that you're going to need. So Omen of the Sea is a great early game way to do that. Up next we have Growth Spiral. So this one is a no-brainer in any Bant deck because it allows you to not only draw a card, but it gives you that ramping opportunity as well. So your turn 3s now can become turn 4s and on. So Growth Spiral is fantastic, especially if you have it in opening hand. You almost want to take it every single time you have it in the opening hand, but you want to run 4 of those. Then we have a Knight of Autumn. So a Knight of Autumn is a unique card in this deck. We only run one of, sorry, English can be hard. We only run one of these because it destroys target artifact and enchantment, which is fantastic. We have Wilderness Reclamation out there. We have Fires of Invention. We even run into a Cavalcade deck here where we could have used this card because it was out of the ECD's range, being that it was only a 2-drop. So it's fantastic, but it is situational. So we do only have one in the deck, and it's a very good card to run if you can find it when you need it. Tamiyo is really good at helping you find things though, because you can kind of dump it into the graveyard and pick it up with her -3. But we do run 4 Uros. Typically, I'd only run 3 to 2 of these in any of my Bant decks, but because we are running 80 cards, 4 Uros is kind of a necessity here to find him and make sure we can play him, because he provides not only life gain against those aggro decks, but he also gets you a card advantage and ramp advantage. So he is too good not to play. Then we have 3 Mystical Disputes. These are obviously really clutch early game. If you can have it in your opening hand, it's fantastic against Teferis, things like that. So Mystical Dispute is a must. Narset, 3 of. We cut back from 4, but I might actually go back up to 4 because Narset was a big MVP in this deck today. We were able to dig with her -2 and find our Shatter the Sky on multiple occasions because we ran into all those mono red decks and we needed to get rid of the board as fast as possible, and we didn't have Shatter the Sky in opening hand. Narset helped us find it, so Narset, huge MVP of the deck. Up next we have Neutralize. So Neutralize is a counter spell with a cycling tied into it, so you got a lot of options. You can, anytime you have options, the card is always going to be good. You can hold this up obviously for big plays that you think are going to happen. If they don't actually maybe hit their mana source for that play that you think is going to play out, you can cycle it away to get another card. But it's a really good card, and that's why we run 4 of these. Up next we have 4 Teferis. I'm honestly not even going to go into the breakdown of this. Everybody knows Teferi. Everybody knows how Teferi works. A lot of people don't like Teferi, but he is a must in any control style deck. That's why we run 4 of him. Up next, Shatter the Sky. Honestly, I would even play with maybe even some more board wipe removal for Shatter the Skies. This was another MVP, like I said, tied in with the Narset because of how many aggro matchups we had, but we could have used more, honestly. We could have kept drawing more and been, you know, happy with it. So maybe exploring like more board wipes in this deck would be something I would look into. But 4 Shatter the Skies is definitely a necessity in the current meta that I'm seeing. Up next, we have Tamiyo. We're only running 3 Tamiyos, and the reason being is because Tamiyo's one of those situational cards as well, but her -3 is very, very good. We were able to bring back our Shatter the Sky a few different times, but it's not like a Teferi or Narset where you're going to need it in every situation, and there's not always things that you're going to pull with her, you know, +1. So just 3 is fine. Some decks only run 2, but I really like her, and I like when she's on the field. So I ran 3. I think it's really good at 3. I was pulling just the right amount, I think. So that's how many we run in our deck. Up next, we have Elspeth Conquers Death. Another obvious choice for any sort of white control style deck. Elspeth Conquers Death not only gets us our planeswalkers and creatures back, but you know, you can take care of exiling something off the board that's very problematic. Things that might trigger, you know, if they die, you know, they get creature tokens, for example, annex. But ECD can take care of that off the field with an exile, so you don't have to worry about any of those triggers. And you can double play your agent, get it back from the grave if they've taken care of it, so that's nice. Up next, we have Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon is an obvious choice as well for any control deck at the moment because it has a lot of flexibility, but that cycling is really what we're focusing on. Typically, you're going to cycle this card almost every time. You can ambush another flying creature as well as get a card advantage. You can even, you know, if you're ramping up pretty quickly in this deck, you can get out a pretty hefty creature with flying for, you know, for very good values. You know, you can get it out very quickly. So Shark Typhoon is a very fantastic card, and I'm starting to like this in almost every deck that I run. So I'm running 4 of these, and then up next, last but not least, 2 Agent of Treacheries. You can run more of these if you're evil, but I'm only running 2 of them. I think running 2 of them, we were able to find him when we needed him as well. We were able to bring him back, you know, with ECD, Tamiyo. You're able to bounce him, so you don't need 4 of him because you typically you can get, you know, a 4 agent value out of him with all of our other cards comboing with it. So 2 agents is good. And then we get into the land base, guys. We are working on our shock lands. We don't have them all yet, but be sure to run all your shock lands in this deck. A couple Fabled Passages. There are no triomes, unfortunately, for Bant. And then make sure you're running at least 2 Castle Vantress. And that's it, guys. We're going to jump into the gameplay now. And after these 4 games, we'll come back and we'll break it down at the end. All right, we'll see ya. All right, let's jump right into it. See how we do, guys. Yorion Bant control. I kind of like this deck a lot. I've really enjoyed looking at these lists and how this deck plays. It's definitely been on my list here for a minute. I don't mind this hand. I do go first. Okay, we're gonna drop a blue source right out of the gate with this Fabled Passage, and we should be right on track. There we go. We got a turn 2 Omen, turn 3 Euro, and should be off to the races, guys. All right, mono white. Okay, this could be tough. I've seen a lot of good mono white decks recently. All right, land neutralize. I don't mind this, but we need double blue source, you know, to even cast neutralize and Narset. I'm just gonna bin both of them, honestly. There we go. That's a much better draw. Okay. Let's do this. Drop our Uro. Get the Hallowed Fountain in play. Now we're cruising. Now we're cruising. Oh boy. Hopefully we can find a Shatter the Sky really soon. All right, not a Shatter the Sky, but not terrible. Maybe Narset here. Whatever Planeswalker we decide to play here, we're probably gonna lose. So I think Narset's to play. So hopefully we can find a Shatter the Sky. We'll dig for it here. Come on, don't whiff. Don't whiff. It's not a whiff, but it's not ideal. We might even cycle for nothing with the Shark Typhoon just to get that extra card draw. Things are getting pretty crazy pretty quick here. This deck, this mono white deck, man, is so fast. Really get you going on the clock here. I'm happy Narset took a little bit of that damage though. ECD, or do we look for a Shatter again? I think we just gotta get this Ajani off the field. We have to. And then we get a Scry here, so hopefully it finds something. I mean, it helps us dig. It helps us dig, but it's not a Shatter. It's probably our best shot at finding one. But if I play it, blue, okay, so I could play it and still keep up. Yeah, I mean, we could play it and a Shatter next turn, so the mana's there, so it might be a good play. It might be a good play, hopefully. Whew. Man. I guess we didn't need one of those greenies down. Come on. Thank you, baby. Let's go. That might have just saved our asses, guys. Thank goodness. We had just enough mana to play it too. How clutch was that? Doesn't protect him from Shatter the Sky though. Doesn't protect. I like his where his head was at, but unfortunately doesn't protect. And I think we yeah, he's taking Narset. That's a good take for me. Let's go. All right, we'll take this Narset. Put a loyalty. So we're gonna be able to double up on Narset here. So we're gonna activate this one, and then I don't know if Dispute's very good here. It could be, but he's probably gonna, if he draws into something, it's probably gonna be small enough that he'll be able to pay the mana for it. What's the best play here? I wouldn't mind actually bringing back the Shatter the Sky here, just to have it. Just to have it, you know, for safety reasons. Okay, we have a scoop. Wow, that was a close one, guys. They were pretty quick off the draw there, and we were trying to really stabilize with that Shatter the Sky. It's tricky, man. I'm glad I put as many Narsets as I did in the deck, so we could dig like that, because that's gonna be key, I think, to this deck. So that was a fun first one. Let's get to the next one. All right, on to game number two. Game number two. I hope you guys are you guys enjoy this one. I feel like this one will be really, really fun to play, and I feel like it's definitely an upper tier deck, so definitely can win with it, I believe. So We got to work on our 94% though, man. We were playtesting a little too much in the queue, so we're gonna have to work on that. I like having Shatter the Sky as a opening hand because you never know what we're going against, and then we also have Teferi early, so I will keep it. We got the double white. I like it. Opponent thinking to mulligan, and they do. They take a mull. Thank goodness we kept the shatter, huh? All right, let's go ahead and scry up. Shark Typhoon, probably not the best here. All right. Hopefully we can just top deck a Knight of the Autumn and just be done with that, but probably not. Probably not gonna happen. We can bounce it though and maybe look for like some sort of counter spell. We got plenty of that. Yikes. Definitely gonna have to kill that. That's an easy bounce for me, sir. Do you do this? We'll be seeing ya. That's an easy shatter for me next turn. The only problem I have is that stinking Grim Initiative, man. It's gonna have that 1/1 come out, and Cavalcade is gonna still be relevant, so that's a problem. Not much we can do to remove it either at this time. Yeah, we got to do it now, because if we don't, the Spitfire is gonna hit me for so much damage. It just stinks because I really wanted to Growth Spiral there, but into like a ECD next turn for the Chandra Spitfire. That's a good ECD target though. Can't complain there. Man, that Cavalcade though. What are we gonna do about that Cavalcade? We can drop in actually a Tamiyo here and get our Shatter the Sky back, just like game 1. Another Cavalcade. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Too many Tamiyos, too many Tamiyos. If I shatter here, we're good for another turn. Nothing hasty, hopefully coming out. And then he'll make another dwarf, which sucks that he pulled that. It is what it is though. Oh, let's save all of our Teferi bounces for all those little 1/1s tokens he's gonna play. Oh, we might have just stabilized, guys. We might have just stabilized. Keep this on hand, man. These aggro decks. What is going on with these aggro decks? Ooh, okay. Let's treachery him if possible. Oh, we top deck it. Okay. Okay. You guys might think that I was gonna go for the Cavalcade, but I think we're gonna take that Dwarf Mine here. Because we have ways of dealing with its creatures. Alright, we're good. I think we've pretty much just solidified this game. Just -3, I guess. Pick up another one. And then just a Yorion, take one of them Cavalcades. We're not gonna blink in our Teferi here because we got 8 loyalty. That would not be wise. You know what would have been a little more wise though? I could have got an attack in there with our agent. So that's too bad, but All right, Spitter, no thank you. No thank you, sir. Get our attacks in. Yeah, I think we pretty much just close this game out, to be honest. Let's just pass turn. Let's just neutralize the next threat. Just keep chipping away. Yeah, we're gonna neutralize you, sir. And then whoever he plays next is getting bounced 3 times. So I think we're all right. Let's go and fetch a land here. Just so we don't have to keep clicking our button. Sure. Let's put Tamiyo out on the field here. If only Teferi had an alt. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be for right this moment? Teferi having an alt, like a game-winning alt. Teferi is already too broken. I know. Let's gain some health. Why not? Actually, yeah, that might be pretty good. He's only got 6 land, so. Plus again. Don't really need to mill myself for any reason. Oh, we can play it. I was wondering. I'm like, why didn't it highlight like I could play it a minute ago? All right. Gain some more land. And even if he plays a creature, we go wide. We win the game next turn. So, GG's. We beat mono red. We stabilized pretty quickly there. It was nice that we had the Shatter the Sky in our opening hand. So that was pretty nice. Definitely helped us get going on clearing the board out pretty quick. It's just lucky enough that we had a Tamiyo to return that too, so we can keep reusing it. So that was fun. Here we go. Okay, good mana sources in hand, a good early ramp. I like it. It's a very good hand, I think. Can't really ask for a whole lot more there. Temple Garden and Temple of Plenty, man. They both are temples, so you gotta always check to make sure which one was a shockland, which one's a scryland, you know? Oh my goodness, are we really playing aggro again? I feel like today has been aggro central. I'm gonna keep this because again, it might help us dig for a Shatter the Sky. Man, that is crazy how much mono red I'm seeing. Oh, it's not mono red. Okay, you got me intrigued. I'm gonna pay the 2 here. I'm gonna do it. That's probably a horrible idea, but you know what? We have a Uro to get that life back, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Now I'm really intrigued. That's a bad card to draw right here. What do we want to see? White source probably, right? No, blue, just in case we want to play Narset. We'll need that white source though for a shatter if we end up finding it. Do we dig for it now? Probably not really, huh? This doesn't have haste, so we might even be able to just bounce it and say go. Bounce it, get that card draw. Hopefully hit something. I don't know. I don't know what to do here, to be honest with you guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Teferi, because again, like I said, this doesn't come back in with haste and kill Teferi. So we'll have to make it. We'll make him have to deal with Teferi. Force him to deal with Teferi. We have a Mystical Dispute if he plays anything blue, but yeah, I didn't think it would be blue. Alright, well, got that card out of his hand. Ooh, we don't like that though. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely don't like it. Might want to shock this, huh? Shock it so I can Omen. Because we're going to play Uro here, get this life back, and then we'll be able to Omen on end step. Damn, we missed the land drop. Oh well. Alright, well, now we're going to have to deal with this thing. Gonna have to deal with this thing. You know what though? We're actually not too far off from an agent, so that's a pretty solid steal, if I do say so myself. Could even just steal his token depending on how big it gets. Ooh, yeah, no thank you, sir. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. We'll be seeing that. What to do? We want to hit a land, you know? We'd really like to see a land. Tamiyo doesn't get us anything super great here. I'm really worried about what he's gonna play too, so we might have to just hold up a counter here. If he doesn't play anything worth countering, we might just neutralize cycle. I think that's probably the best play. Let's do that. Let's hold up the counter. See what happens. Yep, you can have that. My turn? Okay, so I forgot we had Omen of the Sea. I don't know why I was saying we should cycle. Definitely Omen of the Sea. Much stronger. The land we want. The Shatter we want too. Yeah, we want both of them. Yes. That puts us at one short of a agent. I don't know if I want to shatter yet. Don't know if I want to shatter yet. Yeah. Yeah, we'll say go. We'll hold up the counter. I think the counter is the most important thing. We saw the kind of cards he has, like Ashiok and whatnot. Those things need to be countered and dealt with. We can always shatter anytime. All right. I think I'm gonna cycle here. Can't even ECD that, man. That's terrible. That's terrible. But you know what we can do? We can steal it. Yep. No problem. No problem. It does go to exile. It's always kind of meh. Ooh. Feels good. Feels good to amass. And then it also feels good to deal with this. I like it, guys. I like where we're headed here. He does not like where we're headed. He was not enjoying the ride. All right. Well, we got the victory. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So we unfortunately had a game just now that we're gonna cut. We got mana screwed extremely hard and ran into another aggro style deck and just couldn't get the source for the Shatter the Sky. So as unfortunate as it is, we weren't able to show that one, but hopefully we can get another win here and get you guys an idea of how this deck runs when it's running good, and hopefully we don't run into another aggro deck, but it looks like we are going to run into another aggro deck. Anytime I see red, I cringe these days. I thought we got through this. I thought we got through this, guys. All right, well, I haven't seen anything hit the board yet, which is pretty odd. we'll take it. Omen of the Forge. Okay. Not your typical aggro. I think we just play you, play you. Play you. And turn. And then we also have an Omen we could play on end step. This is a very, very smooth opening sequence here. Very happy with this opening hand we got. Something tells me if he's playing Omen of the Forge, he's playing a 2-color deck and he's not hitting his second color. Maybe. I don't know. A lot of burn though. A lot of burn. Okay. Okay. A lot of burn. Probably playing Is It or something like that, but he's not hitting that second color. Or he's just playing all the red burn spells he can find. I guess to make sure we hit our land drops. Keep those flowing. Oh, man. Mystical Dispute, not great here. Unless it is it, and then he plays a blue. Oh, that would be kind of annoying. We brought back Uro here, guys, so we can get some life gain, because this is going to get a little bit out of hand quickly. Alright, we don't hit a land, but I don't mind playing this to bounce. Set him back a turn. Where were you a minute ago? I should have done that before I played Uro, huh? That probably would have been smart. Could use an agent at this point, yeah. All right. That's fine. That's fine. We have a Shatter, so even if he wants to flood the board, I'm cool with that. Seemed like a wasted opportunity to get Chandra, you know, bigger for attack step, but to each their own. Do I Shatter first and then bring Uro back next turn? I don't know. I think we're gonna actually, you know what? We'll do this again. Agent. +1. And then, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Shark Typhoon. We're going to block Chandra Spitfire. Killing Chandra Spitfire, to be exact. What do we got? 3, 4, 5. So I can get a 5/5. Ugh, so it dies. I was hoping he was going to swing in right there, but looks like we're going to trade. Not that big a deal, though. Not the end of the world. There we go. Looking good. Looking good. Don't need any more land because we're going to Uro here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks good. Uro coming in hot, gaining some life. I love it. We love it. We love gaining life around here. And then, do we bring something back here? I mean, we could bring back our counter spell just because. Just hold up a counter. Looks good. All right, I think we stabilized and got ourselves in position here for the win. Hopefully we'll see our opponent's head blow up, but you never know. Yeah, but yeah, guys, if you want to let me know, man, what's going on with this mono red scene? Is it making a comeback? Is that something I got to make a deck on or what? Because it's all we're seeing tonight. It's actually mind-boggling. Little birdies, fly away. All right, looks like we might be getting the rope treatment because I can't see his 2-card hand mono red being too complicated to have to overthink. So we're probably getting roped here. Maybe I might have to fast forward this part. All right, we're back. And we're being roped again. Hey! Great sportsmanship from our mono red mage. Thank you, sir, for that amazing rope. One of the best ropings I've ever seen in my life. All right, well, it's a win. Oh man. All right, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I had a lot of fun playing this deck. Let me know in the comment section below if you would do anything differently, and maybe explain why. I'm still tinkering with the deck. I kind of want to fine tune this. I think it can be better. There's some things that I thought about adding to it already that I'm not too sure about, but I definitely want to play with the amount of things I'm running too. I think I want to add an additional Narset. Counter spells weren't too prevalent for me. It did save me in one occasion, but maybe I don't know. Let me know what you think. Maybe a planar cleansing too, just to get a little bit more board wipe on the field. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know how you feel, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for weekly videos just like this, and thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.